and there are 10 tips for getting along with the family members in your household or in your in-laws' household that maybe you have some reservations about. There's nothing like a wonderful family get together to bring out old ghosts in the attic as far as dysfunctional relationships sometimes. So one, ask for help, but don't expect it. Meaning families are never fair. Work is never equally divided. Wasting time being mad because one person tends to sit around and another person tends to get up and serve the food and help out mom or dad, or, you know, if you want to be the one that just sits around and is served, that's up to you. But do remember that a lot of times you're more in the loop and more favored if you do get up and you do try to help out. In my family of 4 girls, we were always taught that wherever you go, you aren't the one that is asked to be able to serve something or to wash dishes or whatever. There's nothing worse than being the person that is giving a wonderful get-together and then having nobody help out. So be the person that gives help and does not have to be asked for help. Another thing, ask questions and listen to the answers. If you're the blowhard that is always talking about yourself at the meal, expect a lot of eyes rolling, because people love to have someone ask them how they're doing, how they've been. If you are a family liberal and you're at a family function that is Republican, do not talk about politics. Oh my gosh, I can't stress that enough. I can't even think about how many family get-togethers I have read for people that began to talk about Trump, or whether they loved him or whether they hated him, or their political party and beliefs, and it'll just automatically turn into a war. Now, that's only if you are all, different parties. I think it's a wonderful thing for different people of different belief systems to be able to talk in a diplomatic way. I call that spiritual diplomacy. You may have a dinner with a religious fanatic, a psychic reader, an atheist, a Trumpee, or you may have somebody that is totally a liberal. The best thing to do is ask questions, listen, but refrain from arguing about your point of view. It's going to turn a really wonderful occasion into real crap if you do. Don't try to be right about everything. You know what? We can do it in our marriages, and you know how it causes fights in partnerships and with sisters and brothers, but if you have to be right all the time, it ends up causing a really weird vibe in the air. Getting the family together is a toxic situation anyways. So when someone is on being the winner in every argument, or thinks he or she is right about everything, understand that all that you're going to have is a huge amount of reactions and people feeding into things. So don't try to be right about everything. It's okay even to fake it sometimes and say, you know what, I can see your point of view, or maybe you're right about that. You don't have to really believe it, but heck, it's just one get-together over the river, through the woods to your father or mother, wherever, sisters, brothers. Try not to be right about everything. Also, that goes along with try not to criticize all the time. Nothing's more hurtful or hard to watch than having someone criticizing. It's what makes people now want to show up. And if you are the head family sister or brother, and you've got a spouse that is, you notice, is criticizing the kids all the time, or you have just a situation with a dominating family member that just kind of gets lost in criticism all the time, try to be the buffer. Try to be the one that diplomatically sticks up or pays attention a little more. If you notice that a grandparent or a sister or brother is not getting the attention that they need to get, just make sure that touch their hand a lot, or smile, or give a feeling that they are part of things. It means so much to that person, especially if that person is the scapegoat or the black sheep, or, just be that person that tries to make everything, makes them feel important. Those are some tips. Another is realize that the only person you can change is yourself, right? So don't use your holiday dinner to be the spiritual change for family members that may not be on your point of view or your spiritual attitude. There are going to be rednecks possibly sitting with Buddhists, or there's going to be people with massive amounts of piercings all over their faces sitting with people that are wearing stained t-shirts and cowboy boots. Hey, it's beautiful when you can get everybody on the same page. So don't try to change anybody with your beliefs. And if you are having a meat dinner, don't try to force meat on the vegetarian. Make sure that there's possibly some good salads for them. Don't try to force them. And you vegetarians, don't be talking about all of a sudden the packing plants and all of the horrible ways that animals are being killed. It's not going to work. So realize that you can't change anybody, and for gosh sake, don't try to change anybody at a holiday dinner. Enjoy yourself. Really. If you want to bring a bottle of wine, or you want to, whatever, make sure that you enjoy yourself. And the way that you do that is get out of your head. You don't have to analyze everything. You don't have to try to figure out why everybody's doing everything or why everybody's saying anything. Go with the flow. Enjoy yourself. Find your happy place. For a lot of people, their happy place may be that special chair in the living room or that special chair at the dining table. The happy place can also be, if things get too much for you, where you can kind of slip away without being showing your pissed off face. It's where you go when you've just had a little too much and you need time out. Find it. Maybe it's a bedroom where somebody, your mom and dad's bedroom or wherever it's at. Maybe it's sitting outside in just the fresh air for a little bit. If you're a smoker, get away and have a smoke. If you have a glass of wine, go somewhere where you can have a sip of that drink and just count to 10. It's okay. Remember, everybody is going to be a mom and dad someday, or everybody's going to be an adult someday. So the very thing that drives us crazy about our parents and relatives are probably hardwired into us. Hate to say it, it's when you look into the mirror and one day you realize you look like your mom or your dad, and one day you open your mouth and the words that are coming out So it's harder sometimes to get mad when you realize that you just have to look at the world from other people's points of view. Sometimes when you're a very analytical person and you just want to get out of your own head, it can be a very selfish place when it's all about, I wonder what they're thinking about me. I wonder what they're thinking about what I'm doing. I wonder, I wonder, I wonder. If you really want to just kind of get out of your head, look into the third eye of the person across from you and just forget about yourself. Make it about them. They will feel so flattered that you are so fascinated by them that you'll start to think, wow, now you'll start to feel that good energy. And when that good energy is out there, it is contagious, right? Right. And that is a for sure. So, one of the things that I most wanted to let everybody know is that there are gifts that you can give to your special paranormal ghost hunter people. Some of those, and I will say that there are gifts such as the ghost scanner, which is sold at ghoststop.com. A ghost scanner is $89.95, and that's a new product. These are the things that you see on TV. There is a full spectrum camera price, $176.96, and that is a full spectrum, and I'll describe that. It is a POV cam, and this is not your average camera. It's made for the ghost stop with investigators in mind. These are not built for snowboarders or cyclists. They've taken years of experience for ghost hunting and building to put the best low light specs into a camcorder that can stand behind, from battery life and resolution right down the high quality sensor made for low light. And it says it is a full spectrum 4K Ultra HD camcorder that takes full spectrum video in a whole new level that you can mount anywhere in your ghost hunting expeditions. And this camcorder has been professionally modified with UV and IR sensitivity to view the full spectrum of light, including light not seen with the human eye, for ghost hunting. So that is something that you may want to look at. Another thing that maybe I always listen to these when we go to these ghost shows where they will have the EVPs. And for the EVP recorder, price $89. And it is something that is called the EVP wrist recorder. And what this does, it attaches to the band like a wrist watch, and you can record audio, and it is very handy for the ghost hunter. It is full color display, live listening, built-in speaker, and it has crisp, high quality sound. It picks up all of those EVPs that you would hear on the ghost hunter shows. And that is just a couple of things. And again, remember, if you are a ghost hunter or know a ghost hunter or are into ghost hunting, just remember you can go to ghoststop.com and that's where you can find some of your good quality EVP equipment and recording equipment, as well as cameras that pick up thermal and all of that stuff. All right. So I think right now what I'm going to do, since it is a very quiet room today, I am going to play one of my favorite meditations, and this is by Lana, and I am going to play it right here. It is, actually no, I'm going to play this for Bashar. It is the Path of Highest Excitement, and I'm going to have Bill, if he will, to just put a screensaver on while this goes on. And it is just about what you can do in your life path to be able to be directed towards the things that you call it your angels, but your highest excitement. And this is something that I really enjoy. So, Bill, if you will put on a screensaver for this, please.
This is my first experience with you here.
Well, this is my first experience with you. Congratulations.
Thank you. So I have a mundane question.
There are no mundane questions.
Oh, great. That's good to know.
Thank you. Is it important to you?
Yes, it is.
Why would you consider it mundane, then?
Because I felt like everyone else was asking questions that pertain to
Big
other
cosmic issues.
Yes, and
The daily questions of physical life are just as spiritual as any other question. You understand?
Yes, thank you.
Equality to all.
Yes.
If it is important to you, it is not mundane.
Thank you.
All right. What is your question?
My question is, I'm in a work environment where I want to know what my purpose there is and how soon can I get unstuck to create the life that I really want, that I prefer.
Right. The way we usually go about exploring this issue is to ask you a question, and certainly not a mundane one at all. The question we ask is, are you doing what excites you the most in life or not?
No.
Thank you for your honesty. The next question is, when will you choose to do what excites you the most in life? Bigger question.
I wanted to choose it yesterday, but...
And you didn't because? What belief systems are holding you back?
Fear.
Of?
Fear of...
Yes. Fear of what?
Choosing something and that not really being what really brings me joy.
So you're saying that if you choose something that excites you, you might actually be choosing something that doesn't excite you.
Well, my challenge is
Yes.
choosing something that excites me, because it may excite me.
Why is that a challenge? It's easy to do.
Yes, okay.
Do you believe that? Obviously not.
No.
All right. May I explain it to you in a way that will allow it to seem easier?
Yes, please.
Why, thank you. The idea that has been, in a sense, perpetrated throughout much of your New Age consciousness of following your bliss and acting on your excitement usually doesn't come with a clear explanation of why or how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The idea simply is to understand it first and foremost in a very simplified manner, as follows. When we talk about the idea of acting on your joy, your highest excitement at any given moment, we don't necessarily mean that it has to be a life-spanning career, a gigantic project, an all-consuming endeavor. We literally mean act on whatever is at any given moment out of all the choices you have available to you, many of which may seem mundane. Just act at any given moment on the one that contains the highest amount of excitement out of all the choices you have the ability to take action on. Period. That's it. It's that simple. Excitement is a thread. It leads to all other excitement. So if you are simply sitting around going, oh, I don't know what excites me, just look at what your options are. Just list your options at that moment. If the only options are go shopping, take a walk on the beach, call a friend, just for an example, just pick the one that's most exciting and act on it to the best of your ability, taking it as far as you can till you can take it no further. When you come to the next crossroad, look at the options available to you then, pick the one that's most exciting, you have the greatest degree of ability to take action on, and take action on it. When you come to the next crossroad, do the same thing. When you come to the next crossroad, do the same thing. The excitement that you follow will automatically draw you into a series of synchronistic events that will constantly accelerate and expand your ability to experience excitement, and constantly accelerate and increase your ability to experience that your excitement will actually be capable of supporting you in your life if you keep moving in that way. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Now, the question is, do you believe it? Because the idea is that when we, first of all, offer the idea that all you have to do at any given moment is simply choose out of the relatively normal options available to you. If you can't think of any all-encompassing excitement, if you just choose the most exciting option out of whatever is available to you and act on it, when we offer that suggestion up, very often the first thing that comes out of the human mind is, but that's not connected to this, or how can that support me? I don't understand. You don't have to understand. That's the beauty of it. The idea is that your physical mind is not designed, never was, and never will be designed to understand how things will happen. It is not designed to understand or comprehend how something that you act on that excites you will bring you the thing you need somewhere down the line. So you don't have to think about how that's going to happen. All you have to do is act on it knowing that it will. Because the human mind is only designed to experience how things are happening. That's it. The human mind is only designed, the physical mind is only designed to understand the physical experience. The mechanism of how these things come to you come from a higher realm that is beyond the purview of the physical mind to comprehend or understand or be able to completely perceive. So you need to stop doing the job of the higher mind, let the higher mind do its job, and bring you these things as you need them in the way that it benefits you best. All you need to do to activate that mechanism, and we'll be talking a little bit more tomorrow about the idea of the mechanism of manifestation in a more complete investigation of that mechanism. But the only thing you really have to do is just start the ball rolling by acting on whatever excitement you are capable of acting on, and thus then by doing so, acting as an example to the higher mind, proving that you're willing to move in that direction so that the higher mind can go, ah, finally she is willing to act in that vibration, so I can now give her more of that vibration, more things that are representative of that vibration, because she is showing by her behavior that she's willing to act on it. But if you're not willing to act on your excitement, why should the higher mind give you something to act on if you're not going to act on it? You see, you have to clear the space by acting on what you are capable of acting on before you make room for something bigger to come in. Because if you're not going to act on what you've got, well, higher mind is not going to do pointless things and give you things you're not going to act on. So you simply stop the whole process of your excitement expanding. Does that make sense mechanically?
Yes.
Are you willing to believe that you can act on your excitement and know that it will lead you where you need to be led?
Yes.
Trusting the synchronicity that will occur?
Yes.
We'll see. But that's the basic explanation of how it works. So when you say you have a difficult time figuring out what excites you, I apologize, but we actually don't believe you. Because it's really simpler than you think. You're just having a difficult time understanding a clear definition of excitement and following it. You follow?
I do follow. I think the other...
All right, so we're going to take a call from Amy. Hi, Amy. How are you today? Amy?
Yes.
Now I can hear you. How are you, honey?
Oh, great. How are you?
Great. What can I read on for you?
I just kind of want to see what see how everything's going to turn out for me in the future.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. There's a lot of background noise there. What is it again?
I was just trying to figure out what's going on with me and see how everything's going to turn out in the future for me.
Okay, well, that's a very broad question, but I will look at an angel message reading for you. How's that? Because that's what this show is based on. And
That'll be
this
fine.
Excuse me. So, Amy, I'm not sure why you're having so much background noise there, but
That's better.
That's much, much better. Amy, these are the things that you have to access into having a beautiful 2019, okay? Your reading says that the most important thing is that this is the year you have to learn to trust more people and trust in yourself more. That means that you set your intention and you trust that you can get things done if you improve your circumstances around you the best you can, whether that be your health, whether that be your physical, whether that be your job. It says set your intention and then trust that you can get it done. That's also called manifesting, right? It also says understand that this is the year the universe is going to show you, your angels are going to show you the right path to reach a specific goal you have this year. It isn't going to happen because you force it to happen. It's going to happen because synchronistically you're going to start to see little things happen. And those little things are going to be like falling in place. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, they always say love only happens when you least expect it, or love only happens like a semi-truck coming in the dark that hits you when you least expect it. In the same way, it says, don't be surprised that the universe is going to find a way to present little things on your path that they're not the things that you necessarily thought were going to happen to get you to your goal. They're going to be the little connections, the little happenings that strategically happen for you. Okay? So that's going to happen for you in 2019. It says one of your blessings, Amy, is that you have a very logical and intelligent mind. So this is the year to make very smart, effective business decisions for yourself. If that's about purchasing a home, or if it has to do with, doing something like getting a raise or promotion at your job, or if it's got to do with putting a kid through college or whatever it is, it says this is the year to focus your logical mind into making those decisions. That goes along with also synchronistic things happening this year that are going to help make it happen easier than you thought. One of the things it also says is try to detach from some of the big, huge things that you've been worrying about. What that means also is that instead of worrying about how you're going to do things or how it's just like this show. I was truly thinking I was going to end the show because it's so quiet, and you showed up here. Least thing I expected. Hi, Amy. So thank you for that. And my feeling is you popped in like a semi truck hitting me in the dark, and I really am thankful for that. So what I'm saying is, in the same thing is going to happen for you this year. It's by detaching from how things are going to happen, you will find that they do. The other thing it says is you're very, very generous. And that, remember that money is weird. It's kind of like when you give money, you get money back. So don't be afraid this year to invest in maybe some charities, or maybe some things with the natural disasters that are happening. Don't be afraid to give a little money to the guys with the bells that are out there. Remember that every time you do that, it isn't just necessarily about giving them money, but it's also about the fact that you're inviting a blessing in your own life at the same time that you're giving. So between learning to trust this year, because people really trust you, you're an awesome person, understanding that this is the year that you're going to find a path to your goals and you're going to reach them, and it's called manifesting. I believe you have a natural ability to do that anyway. Using your logical, intelligent mind this year to try to make smart, effective business decisions on your finances. That's something you should pay attention to this year. Detaching from the little worries. Don't quit worrying about how things are going to happen. We all have to have common sense and logically think about that a little bit. But if it gets to where you can't sleep at night, or it gets to where you start analyzing so much that you find yourself getting in your own way, then you need to detach and get out of your head. And this is also the year to remember that the small things, the small donations to the guys with the bells out there at Christmas, or to the natural disasters, those things, every time that you put one out, are going to bring back a blessing for you. Now I'm going to do one more reading for you, and that is your life path reading, okay? And this is your life path for 2019. I call this Psychic I Ching. Now, when I do readings, I do not read, from a book. But with the life path reading, which is a Psychic I Ching, I end all readings with one. So say your first name.
Amy.
Thank you.
John.
Okay. And then say your name again.
Amy.
Thank you. And then one more time.
Amy.
Thank you. So, Amy, this is the card that represents your life path. And it says, this is the year of the sacrifice. So what that says to me, and I'm going to look that up so I can read more specifically on your Psychic I Ching reading. And this is what it says about that. The sacrifice means to make sacred. The sacrifice is an offering of gratitude made from your heart, a feast of love prepared for spirit. In olden days, sacrifices sometimes involved rituals in which things were offered so that you could get something back. For example, in the Bible, there was a sacrifice of the lamb to God. In Middle America, however, it says many of the spirits preferred songs or prayer. Whenever we pray, that is making sacred our intentions for our year. So the invitation for this year is sacrifice and ask that you offer to God in spirit which is most precious to you. Your offering will be sacrificed and returned tenfold. Now that was just like what your reading said. Use this year to give donations. Even if money is scarce, make sure that you give $1. Make sure that you do give something so that you get something back in return. Interesting that your reading for the year was also the sacrifice. It says, Be sure to pray and meet the divine at the table. With a heavenly feast, you are welcome guest in this banquet of spirit. So your heart is the only worthy offering you can bring. Life has been generous with you in so many ways. So giving of yourself is going to be able to give you more. What is the one person or thing that you feel that you cannot live without? It is time to offer something to spirit so that you can have tenfold. Do not cling to old forms or allow yourself to sacrifice to weigh heavily upon you. You have sacrificed yourself, your dreams for too long. Now is the time to redirect yourself to a new journey. So make sacred and open the doors to a new path for yourself by giving something that you, even if money is scarce, give something, you'll get it back. Your whole reading today has been about sacrificing or giving and donating so that you can get back for your new path and your new journey. All right?
All right.
Okay, thanks, Amy. And I appreciate your call.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Anna, bye. We have Anna from California. She says, hello, Anne-Marie. If possible, I'd love an angel reading for the next few months or life path reading. Thank you so much and wishing you a wonderful new year. Well, I will give you both. And I'll try to make it interesting enough so that it won't drag for you. Anna from California, here is your angel message reading, just as I gave Amy. The first one is about your blessings and gifts to access into so that you have an amazing 2019. And here is what comes through. Your reading says that your gifts this year, Anna, are your very receptive ability to open your heart and understand people. You're very open-minded and people love you, and you have a place in your heart for trying to understand most people. And I think that that is not only something that brings in the blessing of good friends in 2019. If you're willing to be receptive and understand other people, you're going to get it back from them. And that's always a great thing. This is a year to be very flexible. That means not only in bed, but also flexible and adaptable to change. There's going to be changes this year for you. And Anna, you need to be able to make sure that you understand that everything needs a little give and take to be on the life path that you're about to take. It says, especially if you have some ambitions you're pursuing, don't be afraid to do a little bit of changing or reordering of priorities in your life. This is the year to use your blessing of instincts. You have incredible intuitive instincts. You understand pretty well, I think, when someone walks in a room, exactly what they're all about. And it says if you act on those instincts and notice the signs that you get in your gut and in your heart and in your soul from your angels, you're going to also make very effective, great choices for yourself this year. Please be secure this year. You were born a very secure baby. So continue to access into your security. But understand that means dumping the broken people. And I don't mean not being able to help broken people. I always say the one thing that Jesus and Buddha knew is that they could heal the wounded, but they didn't take them home with them. If you want a secure life, please be sure to not bring home with you the people that can drain you and drag you down the dark rabbit hole. You can, if you want to work to make your life fulfilling this year, make sure that the people around you are on your level, make sure that they're the brethren of your life, your like-minded people that can uplift you and make you happy and fulfilled and not drag you down. Believe in yourself. Okay, Anna? This is the year to believe that everything that you put out there, you're going to get back. Kind of like Amy. As long as you give to charitable causes, don't forget the little guys ringing on the street with their bells that are colder than hell. Remember, give something to them, $1. Give something out there. Everything that you put out there, you're going to get back. So remember, this is a year to be receptive to the people that, and especially if you're going to anything where family is involved or friends, the different kinds of ideas. Please be receptive to everyone's ideas and not try to be right all the time. Be flexible with your lifestyle. Understand you have certain goals that you want this year. You're going to have to give and take a little bit more. This is the year to follow that incredible intuition that you have. Make sure that you understand that that's your angel speaking to you. Be secure with your intuition. Be secure with your angels guiding you. When you are happy and you feel champagne bubbles, that's your angels and guides saying yes. When you're down and sad and your feet feel heavy and tired, that's your angels saying no. Believe in what you put out, you're going to get back. That's what I see. Now I'm going to do a life path reading for you. And looking at that, I'm going to say, because you are not here, to call me and tell me what you, with your own vibration in your voice. So I'm going to say, Anna, Anna, Anna. And this is your life path symbolic psychic I Ching for today. You are the card of the Jaguar. That is the Jaguar. And if I look at that and what that means for you this year, for your life path, and I am checking here, and it says, your psychic I Ching says, the Jaguar is the protector of all life in the Amazon. And in times of fear, she brings courage and certainty to the people in her life. Jaguar is at the top of the food chain and never becomes prey. So with great stealth, she can track her mark from a distance and not be seen or heard. Jaguar calls you to explore beyond those walls and habits that confine you, to go out in the world and to push your limits this year in 2019. Jaguar is delivering an invitation from you to investigate the unknown, to venture into the mystery and the places you have been reluctant to explore. What in your life needs to be released, Anna? What have you around with you far too long, which is ready to be let go of once and for all? Jaguar medicine is available to heal the fear of change in you. So let go of your boundaries, let go of your restrictions and the things that have kept you from being all you can be. Fearlessly, Jaguar leads you into 2019 to explore new parts of your personality, your beautiful gifts. But remember, being a Jaguar and being of mystery does not mean you have to become the prey for the broken and wounded. Again, remember, Jesus and Buddha healed the wounded, but did not let the wounded come home with them. They went home to their common brethren And that is a message for you. Be with the ones that can make you a better person, not the ones that bring you into despair. And with that, I wish you all a wonderful Thanksgiving. And please remember to go through the 10 things to do to have a great holiday dinner with your family. All right? Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Anne-Marie Odell at Achieve Radio's Tarot Joy. Come on upstairs. Grab yourself a tapestry pillow and get a down-home, honest reading with 30 years Master Tarot channeling experience. In addition, I will have a weekly spiritual guest from around the world. That's 2 readings per call for you. After the show, I invite you to come on over to thecallingoflight.com. I offer PayPal readings at 15-minute or 30-minute sections of time. All yours. To thecallingoflight.com.
Psychic radio, holistic radio, spiritual radio. This is AchieveRadio.com. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/AchieveRadio.